Right now at 5, a Madison child came close to being a shooting victim. We'll have the latest on that shooting and how neighbors are reacting.
How a church in Madison is honoring those who have died from COVID-19 across the state.
Plus, how volunteers in Dane County are doing their part to help the environment.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with News 3 Now. A child in Madison is alive tonight, but came within inches of becoming yet another shooting victim.
That has police looking for suspects and a West Side neighborhood nervous about it happening again. Madeline O'Neill spoke with people living near Lorraine and Hammersley, and that's where we find her tonight. Maddie?
Well, we know it's been a violent year so far here in Madison, with record numbers of shots fired incidents as well as homicides, including the shooting death of 11-year-old Anissa Scott. Today, people in this neighborhood want all shootings to stop before someone else gets hurt. Denario Cienfuegos' impression of his community is changing.
It's in the quiet neighborhood over here for the last 10 years, but I mean, apparently not anymore.
He says 5 or 6 gunshots shattered the otherwise quiet night, leading he and his wife to call 911 around 10 p.m.
I mean, we call about probably 10 times from 3 different phones, and it was just the ring, you know, here and busy. So probably a lot of people call around here.
The bullets hit a nearby house, shattered windows, and barely missed an 8-year-old child and an adult inside. They didn't want to speak with us on camera, but allowed us to see the damage. Cienfuegos told us this happened before.
Oh, this is the second night. I think it's in the same house. I don't know what's going on.
The shooting close to a park also gave Donna Petty Valenzuela a startling introduction to her new community.
You can't let disagreements rise to that level, that you are pulling a weapon.
She's just moving in, hoping to live in a home where she and her son with disabilities feel safe.
And so it's very concerning to me that there is that kind of danger in the neighborhood, and he might not recognize it. He is an escape risk.
She knows they aren't the only ones impacted, but hopes whoever's behind the shooting will change for the better.
Well, even if they were angry with somebody else, that 8-year-old child didn't need to be involved in it. And there's plenty of people in this neighborhood that don't need to be involved in it.
Madison police haven't arrested anyone in connection with this yet, but are looking into a couple incidents within the same time frame to see if they might be connected. Now, we also spoke with Interim Chief Vic Wall about this close call. We'll hear more from him coming up at 6.
All right, Maddie, thank you. Monona police asked the Department of Justice to look into a chase that ended with a man's death. The DOJ says it happened last night about 11:15. A Monona officer tried to pull over a reckless driver, but the driver took off. The car eventually crashed on Moreland Road at Southtown. The driver got out. Police gave orders. The driver then got back in the car, and they heard a single gunshot. Monona police say they never fired their weapons. The driver died at the scene. And Madison police are asking for witnesses who saw an accident to come forward. Officers say this happened on the west side, Mineral Point at Grand Canyon. This was last night. Police say it was a 2-car crash. Significant injuries involved here. Officials aren't giving out many details, but they are asking anyone with any information to contact Madison area Crime Stoppers.
Wisconsin broke another record today for the number of positive COVID-19 cases in 24 hours. Data shows an additional 2,415 cases were confirmed in the state. Yesterday's total ended with 2,002 cases, and 5 more people died. Over 12,800 people, or 13% of cases, still remain active. The number of people who tested positive has also increased. DHS data shows over 13,000 tests were administered, and 19% came back positive. The percent of positive 7-day average sits at 15.3%. And on the UW-Madison campus, another 112 students and staff have tested positive. Since August 23rd, 2,511 students and employees have tested positive. Over the last 7 days, the university is averaging about 111 cases per day. High schoolers in Monroe will need to learn at home for the the next 2 weeks. The district shifted the school to virtual only because of an increase in COVID cases. 3 staff members and 4 students have tested positive, while an additional 22 students and staff are quarantined. Students at Monroe middle and grade schools will still go to in-person classes when scheduled.
The man who led the state's unemployment and jobs agency is out of a job himself tonight. Caleb Frostman resigned after Governor Evers requested he step down. Frostman's resignation is effective immediately. Governor Evers said, quote, "People across our state are struggling to make ends meet, and it is unacceptable that Wisconsinites continue to wait for the support they need during these challenging times." Now, DOC Deputy Secretary Amy Pehachik will now lead the department's transition until a new secretary can be appointed.
President Trump is one state to our west today, just hours after he was in Wisconsin, and he has some company in Minnesota. Joe Biden is there as well today. The president now says a coronavirus vaccine will be widely available by next April.
We'll have manufactured at least 100 million vaccine doses before the end of the year.
You refuse to do what you're doing right here in this program: social distance, wear masks, sanitize. You're protecting your apprentices. He's not protecting America.
The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Biden with a comfortable lead over President Trump in Minnesota. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is coming to Madison next week. Secretary Pompeo will deliver remarks to legislative, business, and military leaders in the Senate chamber of the state capitol on Wednesday. We will have full coverage of Secretary Pompeo's visit next week.
There's a vivid reminder outside of Madison Church tonight showing how many people have died from COVID-19 in Wisconsin. Members of Trinity United Methodist Church created a fabric ribbon tribute on the outdoor railings. Each colorful ribbon represents one of the more than 1,200 people who have died in the state so far from COVID-19. You're welcome to share a name, date of death, and location with the church if you've lost a family member to the virus. A cool start to the weekend. Will we see a warm-up? Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, I think we will, and that's because we'll see bright sunshine. And while temperatures will be cool at night, they should warm up pretty quickly during the day. You can see the live view from the WISC Skycam. Skies are mainly clear across southern Wisconsin. Very little in the way of cloudiness across the southern part of the state. We had a few fair weather cumulus clouds pop up this afternoon, but that was pretty much about it. Doppler track, again, free of precipitation. No rain around here. Last night, temperatures were in the 30s north and west of the Dells. Camp Douglas dropped at 39. Madison was at 44, while Janesville stayed at 52. Current temperatures are in the upper 50s to the lower 60s across southern Wisconsin. Madison right at 61. But another frost advisory has been issued tonight for Juneau and Adams County from 1 a.m. until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look for temperature to drop to about 40 here in Madison with clear skies, but north of town there will be some upper 30s. For tomorrow, look for a sunny but cool day with a high of 63, but those temperatures will start ramping up as we head into next week. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. State officials are unveiling the Wisconsin State Capitol POW MIA Chair of Honor.
Let this POW MIA Chair of Honor help us pay tribute to the missing and to those service members who know the cost of our freedom, the torment of lonely hours, and the fear and terror of being held hostage, with only the hope of seeing their families and friends. Let us pay tribute.
The chairs of honor are found across the United States and represent those service members who are unable to sit in them due to their sacrifices. It's part of the Veterans Monument located on the first floor of the rotunda. Officials say they plan on having a rededication ceremony next year when veterans can attend.
You won't hear the jingling bells just yet, but you will be able to give the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Give to it as early as next week. The Salvation Army is launching its campaign for a couple of reasons. It expects to serve more than double the people it normally does this holiday season. Online donations will go toward Christmas assistance, including putting food on the table, paying bills, and providing shelter and collecting gifts under the tree. Since March in Dane County, the organization has provided 43,000 nights of shelter. The kettles themselves will be out officially in November, but the Salvation Army has had them out before this year for similar reasons.
How do we raise the funds that we need to in a time when it's a little more difficult to have people stop and put money in the kettle? Although I will tell you, the ones that we had in the summer did extremely well when we had people there ringing.
You can donate by heading to salvationarmydanecounty.org. Last year's campaign raised more than $550,000 locally.
Sometimes nature needs a little assist from people, and we saw that in a Dane County park today.
Volunteers got their hands dirty to save the county money, but more importantly, to help save the environment. News 3 Now's Melissa Kim and photojournalist Margarita Vinogradov show us how.
Bags full of seeds taken from this park should end up going to an important cause.
This is just a really good way to give back to the land.
Dane County Parks naturalist Lars Higdon led a team of volunteers in 2 parks today, collecting native seeds that will be planted across the county.
The land and the environment does a lot for us.
The goal is to restore hundreds of acres in Dane County to healthy, natural environments. Organizers say buying all of those seeds would cost far too much, but collecting is free, having gathered about 1,800 pounds of seeds last year.
That has a value of around $600,000 we estimated, so that's just very expensive to purchase.
The county changes spots it collects from each time. This year, seeds will end up on about 150 acres of land.
Through that, we restore the land, we bring back biodiversity, habitat for pollinators and other wildlife, help to sequester carbon and clean stormwater, and just create really pretty, aesthetically pleasing recreation areas for our communities.
Volunteers must sign up in limited numbers online due to coronavirus concerns, but the ones who do get to be more socially distant naturally, knowing their work will help the county grow a little more connected in the process.
Just relieve our anxieties with everything that's going on in the world nowadays. So I think it's just a good reciprocal, mutually beneficial activity that we need to be doing and do more of these kinds of things.
In Dane County, Melissa Kim, News 3 Now.
The county has recently purchased 160 acres of land on the Pheasant Branch Conservatory in hopes of restoring it with seeds in the next 4 years. Seed collection days like this one will be held through the end of October.
The Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference has voted to suspend all winter sports through December 31st. The WIAC made that decision today. It includes UW-Eau Claire, La Crosse, Oshkosh, Platteville, River Falls, Stevens Point, Stout, Superior, and Whitewater. The suspension includes men's and women's basketball, women's gymnastics, men's and women's ice hockey, indoor track and field, swimming and diving, along with wrestling. The WIAC canceled fall sports earlier this year.
Milwaukee Bucks player Giannis Antetokounmpo has won his 2nd MVP award. In his 6th season in Milwaukee, Antetokounmpo averaged 29.5 points per game, along with 13.6 rebounds per game this season. Giannis won the award over LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and James Harden. The 25-year-old also won the MVP honor last season. Along with the MVP, he also won the MVP Defensive Player of the Year and made the All-NBA First Team. Giannis and Michael Jordan are the only players in NBA history to win multiple MVP awards and a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Well, the new Sun Prairie High School has been assigned a conference. Sun Prairie West will be placed in the Big 8 Conference. That's according to the WIAA. The school will be placed in the Big 8 for all sports except football starting in 2022-23.
Wisconsin football head coach Paul Chryst is being recognized ahead of the Badgers football season. Chryst has been named to the Dodd Trophy preseason watch list. The Dodd Trophy is college football's most coveted national coaching award. The watch list includes 18 of the nation's top college football coaches. Along with Chryst, the list includes Ohio State's Ryan Day, Minnesota's P.J. Fleck, and Michigan's Jim Harbaugh. Still to come tonight on News 3 Now at 5, cleanup is underway in the southern part of the country. The latest on the recovery efforts at 5. And then coming up tonight at 6, a Dane County deputy hopes he can communicate the importance of Wisconsin's move-over law after his vehicle was hit twice in the last week. We'll have that story coming up at 6. A check on the markets on this Friday afternoon. The Dow tumbles more than 244 points. The NASDAQ down 117, and the S&P 500 loses more than 37. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC. Celebrate and save during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 65th anniversary sale going on now. To commemorate 65 years, we're offering incredible anniversary savings throughout the store. Like this 65th anniversary Yeti tumbler, $29.99. Save $50 on this Milwaukee 2-tool combo kit. And bonus bags of KT Wild Bird food are just $9.99. Don't miss incredible 65th anniversary savings. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. I want to make it absolutely clear. Rioting is not protesting. Looting is not protesting. It's lawlessness, plain and simple. And those who do it should be prosecuted. Fires are burning and we have a president who fans the flames. He can't stop the violence because for years he's fomented it. But his failure to call on his own supporters to stop acting as an armed militia in this country shows how weak he is. Violence will not bring change. It'll only bring destruction. It's wrong in every way. If I were president, my language would be less divisive. I'd be looking to lower the temperature in this country, not raise it. Donald Trump is determined to instill fear in America because Donald Trump adds fuel to every fire. This is not who we are. I believe we'll be guided by the words of Pope John Paul II, words drawn from the scriptures. Be not afraid. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Let us help you create your family's recipe for health. SSM Health and News 3 Now are making it easy by putting all the ingredients right at your fingertips. With topics like healthy habits, nutrition, and mental well-being, there's something for everyone. Visit Channel 3000's Time for Kids page for advice from SSM Health experts.
And catch fresh and informative reports on News 3 Now.
Take time for kids with SSM Health and News 3 Now.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Tonight at 6, a local church is helping UW-Madison students who are quarantined in their dorms. And a Dane County deputy hopes he can communicate the importance of Wisconsin's move-over law after his vehicle was hit twice in the last week.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Hundreds of wildfires continue to rage in the West. Thousands of acres have burned and more than 30 people have died, including a firefighter who had been missing near San Bernardino. The fire erupted earlier this month. Crews had been making some progress on it, but the fire flared up again in the past 24 hours. In Oregon, where wildfires have already burned about 1 million acres, there's good news. Rain is expected.
There are always challenges with a storm like this, such as winds and lightning strikes, but our firefighting teams tell me that we are very grateful for the rain.
Forecasters hope the wet weather will douse some of the flames, but there is also concern that heavy rain could trigger landslides.
The remnants of Hurricane Sally have moved into the Atlantic after dumping heavy rain in Virginia, raising new concerns about flooding after the storm. Parts of Alabama and Florida were devastated when Sally made landfall Wednesday as a Category 2. 2 people were killed. Fort Morgan, Alabama, near where Sally made landfall, is now a disaster zone. There, the storm ripped entire floors off homes, left boats piled on top of each other in the rubble of a collapsed dry dock. In Mobile, Pastor Jonathan Yates estimates it'll cost about $300,000 to fix a steeple and roof. He says he's just happy the damage wasn't any worse.
We were emotional, very emotional at first.
Really?
But then we were thankful that there was no life lost.
That's just the building.
Yeah, that's just the building.
Meanwhile, off the coast of Portugal, subtropical storm Alpha has now formed, and in the Gulf of Mexico, tropical storm Beta just developed. It's only the second time the Hurricane Center has had to use the Greek alphabet after running out of its traditional storm name. So let's get a look at our first warned weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with our forecast. Gary?
Yeah, the weather around here is very quiet. The tropics, very active. Subtropical storm Alpha ready to move into Portugal and Spain. And then just recently, in the last hour, Tropical Storm Beta has formed in the Gulf of Mexico. And then we have powerful Hurricane Teddy and Tropical Storm Wilfred out there. So we've run out of names for the normal hurricane season, and now we're into using Greek letters to identify the storms. Tropical Storm Beta, as I mentioned, just forming in the Gulf of Mexico. Maximum sustained winds 40 miles per hour, moving north-northeast at 9 miles per hour. But the steering currents are very weak, so the storm may move back toward the west, toward Texas, becoming near or above hurricane strength as it approaches the Texas coast and then kind of veers back. So the problem here is if it gets close to the coast and moves very slowly, it's not so much the wind, it's the heavy rain that it could bring right along the Texas Gulf Coast and maybe even to parts of Louisiana eventually as it continues to drift off in that direction. Hurricane Teddy, powerful storm, maximum sustained winds 125 miles an hour with gusts to 155 miles per hour, moving to the northwest of 14 miles per hour. The projected path will keep it as a strong Category 3 or strong Category 2 hurricane as it passes by Bermuda. Looks like it's going to curve into the Atlantic, and then all of a sudden, now the latest forecast models are moving it toward perhaps Canada. Even as it loses its tropical characteristics, it still could have winds of greater than hurricane force as it approaches Newfoundland and Nova Scotia as it moves into the eastern portion of Canada. Three things you need to know in our forecast. With clear skies and light winds tonight, we will turn pretty cool and some patchy frost is possible, mainly north of Madison. It'll be cool tomorrow, but not as cool on Sunday as temperatures get back up into the upper 60s or close to 70, and dry and mild weather is expected for all of next week. I did have to add a chance of rain in toward the end of next weekend. But a frost advisory has been issued tonight from 1 a.m. until 8 a.m. Tomorrow morning for Juneau and Adams counties north of the Dells. You can see that area of frost advisory for central Wisconsin. Freeze warnings in effect again for northern portions of lower Michigan. Around here, very quiet weather. Our upper level winds a little more northwesterly. That's cleared a lot of the smoke out of the sky, but eventually as the jet stream flattens out, some of that wildfire smoke from out west will start moving back in our direction, and there is Beta down to the south. Across the Midwest right now, those upper level winds keeping things quiet, a massive area of high pressure controlling our weather. It's keeping temperatures cooler than normal, but it is a little milder out to the west, and temperatures are in the 80s over western Kansas. But around here, those temperatures are mainly in the 50s and 60s, and on future track, you can see generally clear skies, light winds overnight, but tomorrow the winds become a little more southerly, so temperatures should be back into the lower 60s, and then we'll see those temperatures climb up into the upper 60s on Sunday, perhaps close to 70 degrees, and then after that, even milder conditions, temperatures well into the 70s as we head through much of next week. So our forecast calls for that frost advisory north of Wisconsin Dells from 1 a.m. until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look for sunny skies tomorrow, still continued cool with a high temperature of 63 degrees, and the 7 to 10 day forecast, those temperatures get into the 70s by Monday and stay in the 70s for next week, highs mid to upper 70s. The chance of rain I had to add back in Saturday night into Sunday. Some of that could be moisture from what is Beta right now if it makes it into the Midwest, and then temperatures turn a little cooler following that rain chance. Otherwise, first warn traffic, it's a Friday, but things are pretty good on the roads. On the Beltline, not seeing any major problems anywhere along the Beltline, as well as the interstate system east of Madison. It's a 15-minute trip or so either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, it'll take you 26 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990 from the Beltline southward. Out to Sauk City on US 12, it'll be 16 minutes, and 16 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the U.S. announces new restrictions on the hugely popular app TikTok, what it means for the app's 100 million U.S. users. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Our current president has failed. He's failed to protect us. He's failed to protect America. As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America without exception every time. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Lately, we've come to appreciate what home has to offer. Right now at Feldco, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest for 1 year. That'll help keep your home and your family warm, safe, and comfortable all year long. That's something we've been providing for almost 50 years. Let Feldco get you ready for colder weather. Buy one window, get one free now.
Final days. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
At
At the New Balance store, we go above expectations and beyond shoes. We're here to help runners achieve their goals and push their limits in every sport or adventure they pursue. That kind of performance demands real innovations in technology, shape, and fit, and we're experts in all of it. So, no matter why you run, your best race starts here. Stop by and experience the difference of your local New Balance store today.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to the experts at New Balance Madison.
New Balance Madison, Hilldale.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Main Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
Garver. Garver.
Gather. Ing. Gathering.
Garver.
Gathering.
Garv.
Ing.
Garvering. A socially responsible gathering where a maximum of 250 people enjoy thirst-quenching drinks, delicious food, and the arts in a safe, clean, and touchless outdoor environment. Let's go garvering. Visit thegarverfeedmill.com for dates and details starting June 11th.
Brought to you by News 3 Now, Madison Magazine, and the Garver Feed Mill.
A little compassion goes a long way at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to charity and save more than ever before on stressless seating. Get up to $400 off stressless recliners and office chairs, plus save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. Now's the perfect time to help others and fill your home with the unmatched comfort and beauty of stressless seating. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
We can't deal with an economic crisis until you beat the pandemic. You can't have an economic comeback when almost 1,000 Americans die each day from COVID. Mr. President, do your job.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
The U.S. Commerce Department says it plans to restrict access to the popular TikTok and WeChat apps over the weekend.
The department enforcing President Trump's executive order against the apps that are headquartered in China. That'll start on Sunday. TikTok, hugely popular with about 100 million users here in the U.S. Under the order, current users won't see a lot of change here other than no more access to updates. President Trump has repeatedly pushed TikTok to make a deal, while industry experts say the Trump administration's involvement is setting a concerning precedent.
TikTok is moving along. We'll see what happens. It'll either be closed up or they'll sell it.
No matter what company you are, you need to be worried that this executive branch of the government is going to tell you what business you can do, how you can do that business, and who you can do business with.
TikTok said it disagrees with the Commerce Department decision, and it will continue to challenge what it calls an unjust executive order. And stay with us for a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's 4-day semi-annual customer appreciation appliance sale is on. Thank you for more than 50 years of business. Save up to 50% off top brand appliances while they last. And free doorstep delivery within 5 days at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Fry Construction is celebrating their 25-year anniversary, which means big savings on home repairs and improvements. No job is too small or too big, and your safety is always our concern. Respected in the industry and voted Best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. And now, for a limited time, save 25% off gutters or insulation with a full roof, siding, or window project, all with zero down, 0% interest for 12 months. Contact Fry Construction today.
Give your home the update it deserves today at Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out. Choose from our great selection of doors in stock. Right now, get 11% off all Mastercraft doors. Add security and style to your door with durable hardware from Schlage. Protect your home with a variety of designs and finishes and get 11% off all Schlage products. Start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. What does free mean? No cost, right? We've all seen ads about free things included with your purchase. Free carpet pad or installation with your carpet, free love seat with your sofa, 2 window blinds for the price of 1. But we know better, right? At McGann's, free means free. Free delivery and setup with purchases of $500 or more within 50 miles of Baraboo. Shop McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
Joe Biden tried to cut Social Security and Medicare for decades.
When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time.
Now, Biden's promising your benefits to illegal immigrants. President Trump is protecting Social Security and Medicare, lowering costs, expanding access, keeping his word.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
It's the final days of Ford Truck Month. Last chance to get great deals on the trucks as tough as the people who drive them. Like Ford Ranger and F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 43 years. What are you waiting for? Don't miss Ford Truck Month. Now get $10,883 in total savings on the Bill Ford Tough F-150. Don't miss the final days of Ford Truck Month.
During the 4-day customer appreciation sale at Ashley Home Store, we're offering a mattress deal so good, we've never offered it before, and we may never be able to again. Hurry, it's through Monday only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Got a frost advisory tonight north of the Dells. Could be some patchy frost north of Madison tonight.